so I think it's important that at any time we can come together and talk about our kids and talk about the progress we're making. It's important. So, welcome. Thank you very much for getting up this early and coming and eating and joining me. This is Proctor's vision, and it's on everything. We display it. It's actually hanging in the front hallway. The idea is that we're a school community where all students and staff achieve excellence, possessing that success in reading, writing, and problem solving. Those are district goals as well. And our school community where students and staff work together in a safe, attractive, orderly, and stimulating environment. Our custodians work very hard to make sure our building is kept up and it's clean and it's welcoming. And then also to help them understand what it means to be responsible for your students, taking that responsibility and respecting the rights of others, as well as developing that character. That's really important. And then celebrating them often. So they have lots of things that they bring every day to us, and we want to celebrate them and celebrate their success. This is a visual. This visual is just really designed to kind of show you where we are and where we're traveling. I'm a visual learner, and so when we work together to put this together, it's a school bus, and the idea behind it is on the seats, on the bus, is our staff, our students, and our community members, and our families. In addition to that, we have a driver. Our driver is our school improvement plan. So SIP stands for School Improvement Plan. The wheels, which cause us to be in motion, are our district curriculum, the assessments, the tests that we give, and the data that we collect on an everyday basis and look at what do our students need. And then when I say with a little joy, there is a book that I would highly encourage and recommend you to read. It's called The Energy Bus. And joy is the driver of that bus. And so when I say with a little joy, it's because sometimes when you're in education, and you work with kids and parents and families, it's easy to get discouraged because there are things that come up that just get you down. And joy is kind of the inspiration. She doesn't let anything get her down, and the people on her bus that ride to and from work every day, she has rules for them on the bus. And so this book is all about life, so in every aspect of life. And so I brought it to the staff, and then there's also a children's book that goes along with it. It's called The Energy Bus, and it explains to them what it means to have positive energy and not to be an energy vampire, because it's going to suck the life out of you otherwise. So what I have here is we have, every morning we start the morning off. We have a school-wide theme, and our theme this year is called Go Beyond. And so every morning we start off with our superhero promise. And this superhero promise was written by our staff, and we recite it. And so now it's gotten contagious, and so there's classrooms that know it by heart because they've said it since the first day of school. And so now different classes want me to film them saying the superhero promise. This is Miss Hart's 5th grade class. So it gives you an idea of our promise to each other. Oh, and maybe if I had volume it would help. Hold on. Technical difficulty. Okay.
It's on the actual video. It says
Oh, is it off on the
Yeah.
actual video? Oh, look at you. See? Thank you. We'll play it again.
Soar today, always go beyond and are ready. We are energized by being safe, respectful, and responsible. Each of us is a superhero with unique superpowers. We believe we are here for a reason.
So every morning we start this off because we want all the students to know that we believe in each of them and they are here for a reason and a purpose.
Now, does this promise or this does it change every year, or is it the same one every year?
Well, our theme changes every year.
Right.
And And so my guess is that this promise will probably stick around for a while. Because I think our superhero theme has gotten to be real contagious with the students, and I think they've really embraced it, and they're super excited about it, and they love the fact that we're all superheroes. And so I think that this will probably stay around for a while.
The words don't change.
That's right. So the idea is that, as I was talking about the bus and driving us and the wheels on the bus, well, part of those wheels are our school improvement plan. And so it's linked to MSEP, and I know this is really hard to read because it's really small, but I am going to put this on the website so that you can go back to this presentation. The idea is that we are preparing every child for success, school and life. And as part of the state of Missouri, they have guidelines that we follow and that then every school district is assessed on, and that determines their accreditation. And so there's 5 areas in which we are assessed on. The first one being our academic achievement, the second one being that subgroup of achievement, all of our subgroups, all of our different populations of ethnicity goes in there, our special education students are a subgroup, our ELL students are a subgroup, our free and reduced lunch population is a subgroup, but they also are connected to that larger population in the first one. Then we have college and career readiness, we have our attendance rate, and then we have our graduation rate. And now all of those things then give us points towards our accreditation. And so Proctor is aspiring to be the best elementary in independence. And so as we aspire to be that, we have certain goals in English language arts, which you'll hear as ELA, it's abbreviated. You'll also hear about our mathematics goals and our attendance goals. And the students are aware of what that attendance goal is for sure, because it's celebrated. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. And then these goals are all based on our, what they call the MAP Performance Index, or MPI. So it's another acronym that you have to remember. But what they want, how that score is figured is based on what our students perform on our state achievement test in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. So we have a growth goal because we are all about growth and seeing students be successful. And so one of those big growths in ELA is the goal is that 80% of all students will meet or exceed their expected growth based on a STAR. We have STAR reading, we have STAR math, and we also have STAR early literacy. So for our primary age students, K and 1, we have STAR early literacy, and we also have for 2 through 5, we have STAR reading. And they take this test, we progress monitor them, so we've set goals for each student based on where they started at the beginning of the year when they first took the test. And then we monitor them monthly. And the district has certain benchmarking periods that we also take the test in then too. And what right now, where we are currently, is 64% of our students are meeting or exceeding their growth goal. So we want 80 by the end of the year. And then in STAR Early Literacy, 62% of our students are on target to meet their growth goal. And then we have the same one for math. So 80% of our students in math will reach or exceed their expected growth, and right now we're at 54%. So this year, what we decided as a building is we would come up with an intervention plan where everyone in the building has a different support plan for them as a student and as a learner. And so the idea is that with that progress monitoring tool that I just mentioned with STAR, within that we can come up with instructional resources, and we can come up with planning guides, and we can come up with strategies to help them grow as a learner, regardless of where they are. We have our high top flyers, and we have our students who struggle. They all have a plan to help them continue to grow as a learner. We have an intervention time from 8:30 to 9. So what's really important is that they're here at 8:15, and or a little bit before, because our doors open at 7:55. Getting them here, getting them fed with breakfast, getting their tummies full, getting their needs met, and then getting them started at 8:30 with their intervention. And most of the students stay in their classroom. but a few students go to different classrooms depending on their need, because each teacher is doing something a little different. So you'll see a lot of differentiation or different things happening based upon what they need. Yes.
Now, do they get to do this, are they assigned to do this, or do they just know if they wanna go to get better, or rather, wherever they are, do they just go on their own, or do they?
They're assigned,
They're
so we have, each teacher meets with our instructional coach and our Title I reading teacher, and we also have a new mentor teacher this year in our building, and so they meet on a consistent basis quarterly to sit down and look at the data. Teachers look at it monthly, but they can meet as a formal team to sit down and look at that information and determine, are we doing what's best for them? Do we need to change up what we're doing because it's not working? They're getting core. They're getting core instruction, so they're getting instruction from their classroom teacher, but this half hour is just dedicated to the skills that they were targeting for them. So that's why some of them move, because we go, Stacy Hanley in our library, as our library clerk, she will have some students in there on a computer program. And our Amy Ruhlman, our Title I reading teacher, will have a small group of students, and then our MU mentor teacher has a small group, and we have a reading coach that also comes in, and she has a small group. So we have a few students that move, but most of the time they stay. And we play a superhero song at the beginning and a superhero song at the end of our intervention block. So they know when they hear that song, it's intervention time.
That's a school-wide.
That is a school-wide.
Everybody at that
Kindergarten
time
does it
is
a little different, because,
concentrating on
yes,
one goal.
on one goal.
Okay.
Kindergarten does it a little different, because they have an intervention, but they have very few of them move. They mostly stay right there. But if you were to walk into their room, you would see lots of different things going on at the same time. And you would always see it in all the classrooms, you see the teacher with a small group of students. So they're divided out with all of that different activities to be working on skills they're working towards. I mentioned